He was born for this. He's God-gifted. We're implementing a lot of different things for this camp. You got to do things in there that people have never seen.
Every day is a different type of segment of working out. Earlier today, I had a little bit of strength and conditioning, and then swimming, exercising and expanding those lungs. And then we finish off late night. We come here and do 18 ounces of gloves, an hour or as long as I can of training without no break. Just trying to see how much more I could push.
He's the best whenever he's in good condition.
I'm not on the level that I think I am and I say I am, so I made this fight for that reason. That was my competitive edge kind of kicked in when I wanted to make this fight.
Mainly work on your pace.
Shakur's always been on the top level. All these guys have been looking up, so it's about time that they really find out where their place is. They weren't looking up for nothing. January 31st and whatever fight after that, I really think, he's at the turning point in his career.
On January 31st, two of boxing's most polarizing figures, Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo Lopez, will finally settle their rivalry. For Teofimo, this camp is about pushing past his known limits, incorporating strength conditioning and swimming to expand his lung capacity. He believes he was born for this and is determined to show the world something they've never seen. On the other side, Shakur Stevenson is viewing this fight as his ultimate competitive edge, a chance to prove his placement at the top of the sport. Stevenson's camp is focused on constant improvement, with his trainer Wally Moses stating that Shakur gets better by the hour, eventually becoming invincible in the ring. This isn't the first time these two have shared a ring. Back in 2016, during their time with Top Rank, they shared a 3-round sparring session in Miami. While Teofimo claims he got the better of Shakur back then, Shakur is now focused on the grown man's strength and beefy frame he has developed since his Olympic days. For Teofimo, success in this fight relies on muscle memory. He believes that if you don't create the right habits in camp, it will haunt you on fight night. He is honing his speed and precision through intense pad work, treating every day as a learning experience to ensure he has already figured out his opponent before the bell rings. The experts are divided on the mental state of both fighters.
Lopez and Shakur Stevenson, that definitely makes sense. Who do you think is going to win that fight?
I got Shakur for sure. Shakur.
Do you think he wins this comfortably, or do you think it'll be a close fight?
I think he wins it comfortably, yeah. I think he wins it comfortably. I think, Shakur, I think the thing is about Teo is very good athletically, but he's weak-minded. You can see in some fights he's struggling. Teo does struggle. Now he does come up for big fights. Lomachenko, he came up. Josh Taylor, he came up. But a lot of fights, man, he struggles in. He does struggle on a whole lot of fights and stuff. Like, I think he looked good. Yeah, he looked good against Barboza. But like I said, for the most part, Teo does struggle. And I think he struggles mentally with a lot of things. But I think with Shakur, I think Shakur's going to break him. I think maybe the first two or three rounds, it might be a close fight. It might be close. It might be 2-1 or something like that. But then
Regis Prograis acknowledges Teofimo's athletic brilliance, but suggests he is weak-minded and prone to struggling when things get difficult across long stretches. Prograis predicts that while the first few rounds might be close, Shakur's superior composure and intelligence will eventually allow him to break Teofimo down for a comfortable 12-round decision.
For me, I'm not just saying this, one of the best fights that could have been made in boxing. When Teo is on, unbelievable. Shakur, unbelievable. What happens?
Can I tell you my thoughts?
I hope so, yeah, go on.
I think it's going to be a bore fest.
It could be. An elite level chess match.
On paper, it's an unbelievable fight. But I think when you're in there with a boxing master like Shakur, and he's going to play the game of just playing chess and not making no silly moves. And Teo is so erratic at times, but very technical at times and explosive. Will he, because he's smart, he is very smart, will he be making the mistakes or taking his time?
Michael Conlon echoes this sentiment, describing the matchup as an elite-level chess match. He notes that Shakur operates as a master of the sport, using extreme patience and counterpunching to sneak in shots that hurt the most because the opponent doesn't see them coming.
How the hell do you beat some damn Shakur Stevenson? I'll wait. How you beat Shakur Stevenson? Can somebody please On the contrary, please tell me, how the hell do you beat Teofimo Lopez? How you beat Teofimo Lopez? Because there's a blueprint out to beat Teofimo Lopez. Ain't no blueprint out to beat no damn Shakur Stevenson. Lopez don't know how to beat Shakur Stevenson. Ain't no damn blueprint.
Tim Bradley has famously asked, how the hell do you beat Shakur Stevenson? Bradley argues that while there is a known blueprint to beat Teofimo, no one has yet figured out how to solve Shakur. He points out that Teofimo hasn't knocked out a top-tier opponent in years, and warns that relying on raw power won't work against someone as disciplined as Stevenson. Oscar Valdez, who has faced Shakur himself, adds that the biggest challenge is not getting greedy or frustrated. Valdez explains that Shakur forces you to play his game. If you try to set the tone without a perfect plan, he will simply rock back and touch you with counters until you lose focus. This fight represents a classic clash of explosive unpredictability versus clinical intelligence. Teofimo brings the brawn, undeniable athleticism, and flashes of brilliance that can turn a tide in a second. Shakur brings the brains, a tactical, surgical approach backed by a camp that is entirely focused on shutting down doubt. As Valdez notes, it is a 50-over-50 fight where the winner will be the one who sticks to their game plan without letting frustration take over. Whether it becomes a high-speed battle or a tense tactical struggle, both men have put everything on the line to prove who truly owns the 140-pound division. For fans of the sweet science, this is a match that rewards strategy as much as it does heart.